gonna slander me, you gotta give concrete examples. You can't say to me, this is not the first incident you've had with him. Named the associate, who's actually a front-end manager. I'm like, what incident have I had with this person? Don't even know what you're talking about. You're gonna make shit up. You gotta give concrete examples. I just don't shop there anymore. I just can't take it. I don't know how Joe takes things, being lied to and stuff at his job. Things he's dealt with, the things he's told me. I would have a nervous breakdown. And he didn't have a nervous breakdown, but he came close. I mean, he got into therapy for the first time. He was seeing a Zoom therapist when I was there. He, it's all part of my mental illness. I cannot stand to be treated like shit when I've done nothing wrong. I can't stand it. So the squash was slimy. I had just purchased it last Friday, and it wasn't going to expire till yesterday. I couldn't get in right away to return it. And again, I'm sure there are people who take advantage of that double your money back thing. But stores know that there are going to be people that take advantage of it. I'm not one of those people. They offer it anyway. So I called up. I wanted to talk to a manager right when I wanted to have the squash. It was slimy. I wanted to cook it. And I was up front. I said, I don't have a car. I'm not going to be able to get in here right away. But I'm calling today to let you know that it's bad, you know. And he said that I would get twice the money back. I said, oh, okay, whatever, okay. And then it happened to be the same fucking person because I'm in hell. If it had been someone else, they wouldn't give a fuck. Most employees they don't act like that. They don't act like that. A manager should know better, and a regular employee is like, why am I gonna, it's not coming out of my pocket. Why am I going to do that to somebody, right? It happened to be the same one, so I walked up and I said, yeah, I talked to, oh, it's you, right? Yeah, I talked to you about this squash. That was bad, and I get twice my money back. And then I told him, after I talked to you, I found one of my packages, my lemons. I have 3 packages, but one of the lemons was bad. And he didn't even look in the bag. I think he was assuming, being a jerk and assuming that 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 I meant I was returning one lemon, but I wasn't returning one lemon. I would never do that. Okay? I would never do that. And then he's like, I can't give, he's like, well, I'm just, okay, so I'm going to give you back just that. I can't, I said, you're not giving me back double back. And he's like, no, you're just returning one lemon. I said, I'm not returning one lemon. Return a package of lemons. And then he's pointing to the sign. See, it's at, he says, he kept saying, it's at our discretion. You know, this policy's at our discretion. And the reason they have it at their discretion, like Joe says, if people are egregious with it, if you know that they're in all the time and trying to take advantage. And then he says to me, you do this all the time. No, and I'm like, I'm saying to him, I'm like, when? No, I don't. When's the last time that I did this where I got double money back? And actually, last time that I did that was years ago. 4 years ago. And it definitely wasn't all the time. And this store has this policy where they have it sometimes and don't have it other times, and they choose to do it. I'm sure there are people who take advantage of it, but I'm not one of those people. No, he wasn't referring to that. He's referring, you do this all the time, referring to the other store policy that all these big corporate stores have, about you get the item free. That's what he's referring to, that you do this all the time. Again, making me feel like fucking shit. Making me feel like fucking shit. It's like, I'm not giving you that double money back. It's, see the sign? It's at our discretion, making me feel like fucking shit. I said, I said, I want to talk to you. I said, as your regular man, I want to talk to the big manager. I really wanted to talk to him privately. I had a right to talk to him privately, but no. He comes in, and then they're both ganging up on me. They're both ganging up on me. And he says to the big man, he's like, she does this all the time. And I'm like, no, I don't. What are you talking about? And it's like he's slandering me, but not giving any example. And it's apples and oranges, you know. And then the other guy, when I was explaining what happened, and I'm forced to explain to it in front of him, then the big manager was like, oh, he's probably just having a bad day. And Joe was disgusted about that. He should say to you, I'm sorry that he treated you this way. We don't treat our customers this way. I'll talk to him or whatever. He said none of that. Oh, he's probably just having a bad day, making excuses. And then I said, I don't do this all the time. What are you talking about? And then he goes, yeah, about, he mentions the cottage cheese. Yeah, the cottage cheese. I'll say it's all to corporate. They don't like me because once in a while I get an item for free per your policy. You're not going to slander me and try to say that I return stuff all the time and get twice the money when I haven't done that in years and years. My God. And then and then that manager mentioned the cottage cheese. Yeah, they don't like that. Yeah, well, I don't like finding the damn expired cottage cheese. One thing, if it's one or two of the Breakstone cottage cheeses doubles on the shelf that are expired, sometimes like 3 weeks expired, a month expired, sitting there, and every time it happens, it keeps happening, and it's not like one or two. I have to search through them. It's like 20. Yeah, I cause trouble because that's what it is. It's nothing to do with getting, and they don't like me, so they're gonna treat me like shit. And Joe's like, you gotta get both their last names. He said that one who said, oh, he's just probably just having a bad day, making excuses for him treating me like shit. And I call up to get the last name. The man, they're supposed to be nice. Not unless you're a bum off the street and causing trouble all the time, which I'm not. I'm such a good customer at that store, my God. I was in there probably every day whenever in the nice weather, when I go out walking, I'm in that store all the time. I didn't want to go there anymore. And I call up, and he's not, and he's snotty with me. And the one I said, I would like, please, would you please give me your last name and 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 so and so's last name. He's like, what this is all about. And he didn't even. And then I said, what happened? And then I said to him, I go, he made me feel like total crap over $4, and then he's like, and then I'm like, and you made excuses for him. He's like, I didn't make excuses for him. I took him upstairs and gave him a warning, reprimand. All right, I didn't know you did that, but it doesn't matter. You didn't say to me, I'm sorry he did that to you. That was wrong, or that's not anything to make me feel like you guys weren't ganging up on me. And then I shouldn't have said, like, I was like, he made me feel like crap. I shouldn't have said that. But again, this manager's still not saying, he's saying, I didn't make excuses for him. You did. You said, and then he said, I didn't make excuses for him. And I said, yes, you did. You said, oh, he's probably just having a bad day. And then he's like, I took him upstairs and gave him, all right, I don't know. But so again, turning on me, they're ganging up on me like they were in person. And that's when I said, okay, I wouldn't have said that, but if he had been nice to me over the phone, but he wasn't. He wasn't. Of course, because now I'm excusing him, but it's true. You did say that. You're going to lie and say you didn't say you did. I didn't make excuses for him. You said he's probably just having a bad day. That's making excuses for him. And then that's when I said he could take he made me feel like shit, $4. And I was like, he can take the lemons, he could take it and shove it up his ass or whatever, the $4 and shove it up his ass with the lemon, shove it, whatever I said. And then he goes, you're threatening my associate. Oh yeah, I'm threatening your associate. I'm nothing but nice to everybody. I was nothing but nice to him until he's like making me feel like shit and pointing to the sign. It's at our discretion. Making me feel like shit over $4. Acting like I did it on purpose. Acting like I found out, ooh, the squash is double the money back, so I'm gonna, magically make the lemon go bad. And then, because I didn't discover the lemons at that time, I was talking to him about the slimy squash I wanted to cook. But no, I'm going to magically make that lemon go bad and just so I can get double my money back and oh my God. Pointing to the sign, it's at our discretion. Just treating me like shit, making me feel like a piece of crap. And then the big manager didn't make me feel any better. Didn't make me feel any better. And even mentioned the cottage cheese. Said, oh yeah, you bring up that cottage cheese. Yeah, that shouldn't be on the shelf, all expired, and one or two. It's not one or two, it's 12, it's 15, it's 20, and it's happened a few times. Not a few times in a year, a few times in just a few months. And I don't do that to rub it in your face. I do it because when I come in again, they'll still be on the shelf and I'll have to search through them all again. That's why I do it. I do it for my benefit, not to give you a hard time. And so I have a reputation as a troublemaker. And though we've spent obscene amount, we've such good customer at that store. It's not the only fucking store you can shop at either. Such good customers. They can look up the credit cards, both of our credit cards. The online account's under her name, but I've used interchangeably both credit cards for the past 10 years. Ever since don't have to sign for it, I can use her credit card. I wouldn't forge her signature, but I can use her credit card. I can't even believe this. Even when I called up, instead of getting all huffy, he just acted like it's no big deal. And I'm like, I was crying outside. Yeah, I shouldn't have said he could shove the lemons up his ass, but that's not a threat. A threat is saying, you'll do it, I'm going to shove the... And a threat is not telling someone to do something. That's not a threat. That is not a threat. People would say that all the time. It's a figure of speech. You can shove that up your ass. Meatloaf even has a song that ends like that. Something, I was going to get it. Have it. Meatloaf's dead. It's all about just fuck everything. Fuck everything. Fuck family. Fuck this. Fuck that. Fuck church. And then you can shove it up your ass. So it's a figure of speech. It's not a threat. If you tell someone, and I wasn't even saying it to him, and I shouldn't have said that, but everything else I just felt ganged up on, felt not appreciated as a long-time customer, and I had mentioned that too. You treated me like shit. I've been shopping at this store for 10 years. Mother and I both treat me like shit over $4 because I said that I should get twice my money back on the lemons, because when you say I'm not, then you're treating me like shit, and why wouldn't I? The bottom line is I wish they didn't even have that. I wish they didn't have it. I wish they didn't have it. Do. I don't sit here and rejoice when I get something. I wish they didn't have any of it. I wish they didn't have the thing with because numerous employees, managers, regular employees have made me feel like shit over that damn item-free thing. So the store opts into it, the corporate store opt into it, and then the employees don't want to honor it, and they make you feel like shit. Unreal. Twilight Zone. Left with contacts and lipstick on, and I certainly wasn't happily jamming to my music. Already low, and I have to be made to feel like shit over fucking $4. Because if there was no double money back, I'm returning the whole package of lemons. I would get my $4. So the discrepancy, it's at our discretion. off on him. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't do anything. Same with that CVS manager that time. I just think when I'm treated like shit and I'm not intentionally doing anything wrong and I know I'm not doing anything wrong, I think I regress. So Joe's like, why didn't you say to him, to the guy? Because somebody with confidence, Joe, somebody who has a sense of worth would say to the guy, like, why are you treating me this way? It doesn't come out of your pocket. You're treating me like I did something wrong. I'm not doing anything wrong. That's what somebody emotionally mature with a sense of self-worth would do. Me, I just regress, and I'm like, can I please speak to your manager? And I wanted to speak to him alone. Instead, he comes right in front and forces me to be on the defensive and be ganged up on by both of them. I should have said, can I speak to you alone? If I could speak to him alone, then he probably would have said, that's not our policy, I'm sorry. But when he's got the guy standing there, he didn't say anything. He didn't make me feel, he didn't say, I'm sorry he did that to you. He said, oh, he's probably just having a bad day. Like, ganged up on. Then they're going back and forth, ganged up on. And I didn't raise my voice. I defended myself. I was put on the defensive. I couldn't even believe it. Over bad lemons that I'm returning to the store I've shopped at. I've been an unbelievably good customers for over like a decade. No, like Joe said, he didn't want to, in front of the guy, say to me, yeah, I'm sorry he treated you that way. He shouldn't have done that. We appreciate your business, and any number of things that should have said and didn't say about any of it. Didn't say any of it. None. I felt like I was being ganged up on. I went outside and cried. Called Joe. And after I talked to Joe, I cried. Then it was sleeting and snowing, and then, oh God, I'm in an emotional basket case. I gotta be careful or I could fall and no one will be dead. Anything happens to me, Omar will be dead. My mother can't take care of Omar. Omar has to be hand-fed or he chokes. Food has to be moistened and he has to be hand-fed. Felt like ganged up on by these two guys. One of his little twerp jerk was in his 20s. The main manager was older. Not even close to my age. Somebody with any sense of self-worth, confidence, whatnot, would just be like, I can't even believe it's why you treated me this way. You're acting like I'm doing this on purpose. It's not my fault the lemons were bad. boom. I regress and I just get really sad and I go on the defensive and I just I'm not supposed to. I'm not supposed to. There are policies. Custom is right and you don't point to the fucking sign and treat me like shit. It's just the same as that CVS manager treating me like shit. Unbelievable. I shouldn't do that unless they know like you do shit all the time. But he says to me, you do this all the time. Oh my god. Fuck you. Motherfucking 20-something-year-old twerp. No idea what I'm going through. You're gonna make me feel like shit. Treat me like shit. Make me feel like a piece of worthless shit over $4 fucking that you can shove up your fucking ass. It'd be one thing if you treated like shit by somebody who owns a store or something. They wouldn't opt in. They wouldn't have all these generous policies or whatever that corporate puts into place, but the little employees don't want to honor it. They're going to treat you like shit, act like you're trying to do it on purpose, act like you're trying to take advantage, etc., etc., etc. They don't want to honor the policies that corporate puts into place. I wish corporate didn't put any policies into place like that. That's what I wish. 100% I wish. I've wished it. I've long wished it. Long wished it. But if they have them in place, I'm not just going to be this good little girl and just not take advantage of them. Or if someone forgets to do it, say, aren't I supposed to have that? But he was doing it 100% on purpose. Treating me like shit on purpose. Punishing me because he had to go the other day, whenever it was, and a couple weeks ago, and week, whenever it was, and find out that I got the damn drink for free because it was wrong on the shelf. They don't like those policies. The corporate office puts them into place, and the employees don't want to honor them. It's not rocket science. I'm not going to be made to treat, I'm not going to drop this. Everything that they did wrong is not overshadowed by me saying he could take the lemons and shove them up his ass. I didn't say it to him. I didn't even raise my voice to him. I didn't swear to anything on the phone because the manager still